What if you could explore the moon in Minecraft? And I mean the entire moon, not a region, not a crater, but the whole thing. Fully mapped at a 1:13 scale, with every Apollo landing site. I mapped the entire moon and also Mars in Minecraft. You can explore the interactive map online or download the worlds to explore them yourself in Minecraft. Links are in the description. So how does it work? NASA provides high-resolution elevation maps of both the Moon and Mars. They are called Digital Elevation Models, or DEMs for short. They are created by satellites scanning the entire surface. The elevation can be extracted by reading the color values in the elevation model. Brighter pixels represent higher elevation and darker pixels represent lower elevation. We can then use this information to convert elevation into Minecraft block heights. To make this easier to implement, I built this using a modified version of my project Arnis, which normally rebuilds real places on Earth. If you don't know Arnis yet, you can watch this video here which explains it. This tool basically builds the Earth using two data sources: map data such as houses, streets or rivers, and elevation data. So we already have a working elevation processing pipeline which reads terrain heights and writes them as blocks into Minecraft worlds. I only need to adapt it for Planetary digital elevation models. At a high level, the process is just a few steps: reading the elevation model from NASA, smoothing it to reduce noise, converting meters into block heights, and finally generating the blocks for our Minecraft world. Our processing pipeline in Arnis does exactly do that, but here's the problem. It does that on a much smaller area, usually just the size of cities, but not entire planets. The entire Moon and Mars are significantly larger elevation data models than our tool currently deals with. Since we don't want to generate an exact one-to-one replica, but rather a scaled-down version of the Moon and Mars terrain, we can shrink the dataset a bit. This reduces the data to be processed from gigabytes to just a few hundred megabytes, while still preserving the main terrain features. With that in place, the elevation processing pipeline in Arnis can now directly read planetary elevation files instead of Earth-based terrain data. But there's one more important parameter: vertical scale. How many meters should correspond to a single Minecraft block? Depending on this value, craters and mountains can look either too flat or too dramatic. So I had to experiment and tweak it a bit until the terrain felt right. I also chose blocks that visually fit each planet, so endstone for the Moon and red sand and sandstone for Mars. As a final touch, I added all Apollo landing sites and several Mars rover locations in Minecraft, so you can find them directly in-game. There's also an interactive map on arnismc.com where you can explore the terrain and download the worlds. If you want to support me, consider buying me a coffee, link is in the description, or subscribing. It helps me a lot to make more videos like this.